Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the story of Diva from Volga to Ganga by Rahul Sankritiyayan. In this story, it takes place in the region, the bank of Middle Volga, and the people who are involved in the story are Indo-slaves, and the time is 3500 BC. And this story is about the Aryan clan, and this is about 225 generations ago to our time. And at that time, the white races of India, Iran, and Russia, they all lived together, and they were called as the Indo-Slavs or Satam families. Now in this story we see Diva. Diva means day, and she is along with Surashrava, and Surashrava means sun. Now both of them are sitting together because they are sweating and they are very tired. And why they are very tired is they were actually chasing a deer, and that's why they are tired, and it is noon time, and they are sweating. And Diva now looks at the young man who has come along with her, and he is there around all the greenery. Everything is so very fresh, and actually they even forget their tiredness looking at it, and they keep looking around them. And now Sur puts down his bow and arrows, and he goes and starts plucking the white, purple, and red flowers from the plants. And this girl, Deva, she keeps looking at him, and she wonders how handsome he is, and she knows that he is a very good hunter, and he also dances. Generally the men will dance and show their capacity to attract the women, so that the girls will choose their partner for that night. And so she looks at him, and he's plucking the flowers, and she thinks, why if she has not noticed him to that level, because Sur has not shown his interest in Diva, and he dances sometimes, and at the most he'll ask for a kiss or a hug. That's it, not more than that. And she also thinks that that Sur is unlucky, because he had not had the opportunity to go beyond that towards her. And now Sur collects all the flowers, and he comes and he sits near her. And Deva really regrets, thinking like why she did not think about Sur all these days. And she thinks the blame should be only on Sur, because he is the one who should have approached her, because the door opens only to the person who knocks. And now Sur comes near her, and Deva says, these flowers are very pretty and they smell really good. And Sur says, I'm going to twine these in your golden hair. They will look more pretty if they are on your hair. And then she is surprised. She says, did you bring all these flowers for me? And he says, yes, because when I looked at the flowers and when I looked at you, I thought of the water fairies. And she's wondering, water fairies? And he says, yes, these water fairies will make all your wishes come true if they like you. And if they are angry with you, they will even kill you. To that extent, they'll go. And now she's asking, to which kind? Like, am I a kind fairy, or am I a angry fairy to you? And Sur says, you're not an angry one. But then Deva says, but I have never shown pleasure to you. That is, I have not chosen you as my partner. And Sur says, no. But remember, in our childhood, we were very close, and you have never been angry with me. And at that time, you have kissed me in those days. And I remember those memories. But Diva says, see, once I grew up and my body started changing, all the young men of the clan, they started looking at me. And after our childhood, I forgot about you. And he says, no, it is not your fault. It was my fault, because you are a person who gave kiss to whoever asked. If they have asked you to embrace them, you have embraced. And you have never disappointed any young man of our clan. Only thing is, you will see if they are very good hunters, whether they are good in dancing, and whether they have a strong and fine body. That will be your choice. But she looks at Sur and says, you are also there, but I don't know why I have disappointed you. And he admits that he has never shown his interest towards Diva. And he says, when we were child, also you never showed any interest. You never put your thoughts in your words. But at that time I understood that you liked me. But after I grew up, I don't know how I forgot you. But hereafter, I will not forget you. And then so hereafter, shall we be close together? They both decide, and she says yes. And then they actually come closer to each other and they kiss each other and embrace each other. And that time Diva says, I'm really sorry because we all are born to the same mother, but I don't know how I forgot you. And when she says that, she starts crying. But Sur wipes tears and he says, no, no, you did not cheat on me. When you grew up, everything about you changed. And that made me to run away from you. But she says, but in your thoughts, I don't think I left you. You should have been always thinking about me. And he says, okay, okay. And then she says, okay, hereafter you should not be afraid of me. And she says, okay, come and keep these flowers for me. And so he comes and he starts twining these red, white, and purple flowers on her hair. He arranges it very artistically. And Deva is very happy. And in those it is summertime, and when it is very warm, these young men and women all, they jump into the Volga river and they bathe and they swim, and they'll be very happy. And now he puts all the flowers like a garland around her, and the extra flowers which he has, he slips it over her forehead, and he keeps looking at her. Diva stills in the stone. Then he moves far away and he still looks at her. She looks more beautiful, but from a distance he cannot get the scent of the flowers. So he comes back near her and he sits near her, and they kiss each other and they are very close. At that time he says that the flowers are prettier than before because they are on you. And she asks whether the flowers are beautiful or I am beautiful. And before he could reply, he says, I actually looked at you from a little distance and you're looking more beautiful. Then I went little more further, you're looking even more beautiful. And then she says, and what if you're going to look at me from the other side of the bank of Volga? He says, no, 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 I don't want to go so far away from you, because in that distance the scent also will fade away and your face also will not be clearer. And then she says, what, you want to look at me from a distance or you want to be near me? And he says, I want to be near you only, because how the sun is very close to the day, like that I want to be with you. Then she asks, will you dance with me today? And he says, yes. Then she says, will you be with me today? Yes. All night? Of course. Then she says, then I won't allow any other man to come near me, and it is you who will be my partner today. And they are very so happy together. At that time, hunters and youths and all, they come, they approach them, but they still continue embracing each other. And when the newcomers come, one girl says, so Diva, Sur is going to be a companion today. And Diva says yes, and see how he has arranged these flowers for me. And looking at it, she says, it's very beautiful, you must do for me also. But Diva says, no, not today, because Sur is mine today. And immediately she says, tomorrow. Tomorrow also he will be mine. Then tomorrow also, if he is going to be yours, means every day will he be yours? That's not right. Now Diva realizes that she is wrong and she says, no, no, not every day. Today and all tomorrow. Like that, she puts her words like in that way. And now what happens is, other hunters also, they come near them. And along with them comes a big black dog. Actually, that dog is Sur's dog. And he remembers how she hunted a sheep. And then he says something to Diva's ears and he runs off. And then we find the whole clan living in a huge hut. And they have weapons which are very sharp. And they have even timber which they have collected and kept. And all of them work together. They collect the wood and come, they collect the food and come, they hunt and they bring it. And all the people who are living in this house, they belong to the Nisha clan. That is the descendants of one lady named Nisha, who was the chief of the clan, and they are all now living in the same house. And they gather fruits, honey, and they all obey one chief who is among them. And that chief is a woman, and she is in charge of managing all the affairs in the body, in that group. And nobody is an individual. And life in Nisha's time and in Deva's time is the same, because they go for hunting, they dance, they love, they make love, they build houses, and they make clothes out of the skins. And all these work they do together from the advice of the elders, they all do. But it is always the mother, that is a woman, who is in the highest position. And now in this house nearly about 150 members are living, and all of them come from the Nisha clan, and they all know that they belong to one family. And even though there are many families, till a mother is alive, she and the children will be a sub family, and all the other individuals will be called by that mother's name only. That is, if Diva uh, will be having children means, and if a mother is not alive, then those children will be called as the sons and daughters of Diva till she is there. Then afterwards, if she is not there means, then her daughter, who is eldest, will be the elder of the family, and all the children will be called by her name, saying that they are the sons and daughters of their name. And together they will bring whatever they need, and they used to put all the food together. That is, even though there are many mothers, all the food will be kept together and it will be shared equally among all the people. That is, 150 people will share the food equally according to their appetite. Children will be given accordingly, and if there are no food, they all will starve even to death. But it is not that a few will eat the food and the others will starve, because they all believe that they belong to the same family, and therefore no one has any right to own anything. Everything is common for them, and this is the law which they follow. And this hut in which they are staying also is only temporary, because once the food is not available in this places, they will go to another place and they will build a house and they will stay there. And through the experience from their generations, they know at what time, in which place food will be available. Game means food. And when they go from this place, the thatch on the roof will fall down, but the wood and the stone walls will be the same. So when they come back to this area, they'll again thatch the roof and they will start living there. And they'll make two parts in the house. That is, one part will be for storing their possession, and another parts will be for cooking. And these cooking utensils also is made out of mud, and this they make by shaping in the hands. And other than that, they even use skulls of the animals as vessels. And generally they will eat meat raw, or sometimes they will roast while the meat is fresh, but they will never cook dried meat. And honey will be available in lots in the Volga river area, and they'll also see many honey eating bears, which they keep visiting often. And Nisha clan is very fond of this honey, because they eat honey and they'll also make wine from honey and they will drink it. And in the night there will be music, and men and women will sing, and they will also make clothes out of the skin of the animals. And all this work will be done together, and in order to enjoy the work, they'll keep singing so that they will not feel the tiredness. And today's music also, they were doing like that, and the music and the women's voice and the men's voice are heard together. And inside the hut, in one partition, we see the men and the women, children, old folk and adolescent all assembled. And in the middle, they will have a fire which is burning with of pine wood. And above that fire, there is a hole in the roof. And men and women are singing something like a chorus, and the only words which are very clear are Ogna Kama. That is, it looks as though they are praying to the fire. And the chief lady, the women, she starts throwing in the fire meat, fat, fruits and honey. And in this season they have got lot of food, and that is really making the whole clan very happy. And what they do is they thank the fire. They thank the Agni, which is the fire god, for giving them lots of food. This is the way they show their gratitude, by throwing the food and pouring the honey wine into the fire. And then they all stand around, and it is winter time, so it is summer time. Only during winter time they'll wear the skin of a hide on top of their own skin to keep them warm. In summertime, there's no need for another skin on them, because it will only cause them discomfort. And all of them are very well built. There's no extra fat in their body, and who is healthy only will look beautiful to them, because according to them, health is beauty. And they all look alike, because they are all descendants of Nisha, and all of them have the same brothers, same fathers, same sons and all that. And for them, health and strength are same, because in this family, that is in all the clans, if a person is weak, then they cannot survive, because either nature will kill them or the animals will kill them. So only those who are strong and healthy can survive in this world. And now the chieftainess, she rises up, and she goes into the bigger section of the hut. And the clan folks sat in the mud plastered floors. The floor all is plastered with mud. And they sit on the skin, and then they have all honey wine, and then all the cups are filled and they drink as much as wine they want. And then the grown up men and women and the grandfathers and grandmothers, they will start eating and drinking, and they will sit in groups. And thing is, the old women will not fight for the men, because they think about their time when they were young, how beautifully they enjoyed their life. And now they think it is a turn of the youths to enjoy, but the young girls are willing to make the old men happy, because it is in the last stage of their lives. And among them is Diva, and she is along with the young men, and her hand is on Ribu's shoulder, and Sur is sitting with Dama. And now they have food, they drink, they sing, they dance, and then each lovers, they go and fall in each other's laps. And in the morning when they wake up, they start doing their work. Like some will start doing the housework, some will go out for hunting, some will go to collect fruits, some will go to collect wood, and all the children will start playing with the mother, or sleep on the fur or in the shade of the trees, or they will be playing with the elder children, or they will be jumping and skipping, or they will be in the Volga river. And the old men and women are now peaceful compared to the days of Nisha's. And Nisha's days, the rule was only by a single mother, but now they are so many, and they are made up of many families. So there is no one single mother who is the supreme leader of all. Now for each family, their mother will be the mother of the other children till her mother is like, if her mother is not there, she will be the mother of the other children, and if she dies, the other elder one will become the mother of them. And so that is a family which is united by many mothers, but one woman who is the senior of everyone will be the chieftainess. So now there is no need for Nisha to go and kill her daughter in the Volga, because each one will get a chance to be the mother of their family. And now Diva is now 45 years old, and she has 4 sons and 5 daughters, and now she has been chosen as the chieftainess of the Nishajan, because she is the eldest among all the women there. And the clan is so very happy, because in the last 25 years she has been very good, and she has brought in so much for the clan. And now Sura kisses Diva, and he blesses her, he congratulates her, and she says it's all because of the mercy of God, that is Agni. Because without the protection of the Agni, that is, and the sun, we will not get so much honey, we will not get so many deer which comes to this forest among the food, and we have enough food for all the people, we have enough honey and all that. And now slowly things starts growing difficult, because whenever these people move from one place to another due to the season, or because the food is very less, they are not very satisfied with the food which is available, because it is not like the previous forest which they occupied. And now it was important that they build a more bigger house, because now they are more in number, and what they are hunting also is very less, that is not sufficient for the huge number of people they are. And next to them is another clan. Now these are Diva clan, another clan is Usha clan, and between the both the clans there is a jungle. And at times what happens is, Nisha clan, because they are so many in number, they will go into this unclaimed area, and sometimes even into Usha territory, and generally there will be a chance for a quarrel between them. And so the council will meet, and they will try to avoid the fight. And one day in the council, Diva said, see, God has given us so many months, because when we are migrating from one place to another place, that forest will start growing so much of food for us, that when we come back we will have a lot of food. And even in the forest we have so many bears, cattle, horses, and all the living things which are in the trees. And also the Volga river is giving us a lot of fish. But what happens is, the Usha people saw that these people were doing injustice, because once or twice the Usha clan, they used to meet Nisha clan for discussion, because in those days all there were no war between the two clans, and now because of the available in because um, in Nisha's clan there are so many people, the food which they are getting in their territory is not enough for them. So what happens is they are entering into Usha clan and they are hunting their food and they are coming back. Now Nisha clan cannot help it because they cannot starve, and so they this time they cannot think about justice, because when other laws grow feeble, even the law of the jungle has to be recourse. Now what happens is they start doing this to the other clan, and each clan will not know what is happening in the other clan, because they marry, they live and they die within their own circle, so they will not know what is happening in the other clan. Now a band of Nisha people, they go search for food, they go and they enter into Usha clan area, but the Usha clan people catch them and they really beat them badly and they send. And Nisha men, though they tried to fight, they were not prepared for this fight. And even the number of people who came for hunting were very few, and so they were forced to leave back, and a few of them were dead and most of them were even wounded. Now they come and they tell to the chieftainess, that is to Diva, their story and how they were beaten and how some of them were dead and all that. Now all the people in Nisha's clan, they sit together and they discuss, and they tell the names of the people who are dead, the names of the people who have been wounded badly. And now hearing all this, they brothers and sons and their mothers and sisters and daughters all, they want revenge. They say that we have to have blood for blood. And so what happens is, till then they have not been a war, but now they decide that they have to take revenge. Now till date the music which was played only for dancing is now changing into a music of battle, and they leave only a few men and women to protect the children and the old folk, and all the others they take as much weapons as they have and they go towards the Usha camp, and before them go the musicians, and after them the leader is Diva, and then all the other armed men and women follow them, and the music actually shakes the whole forest. And now they cross the territory and they go into the other territory. In those days all, they did not have any boundary to say this is your territory, but through experience each clan knows what is their boundary, so they cross their boundary and they go there. And the hunters from Usha clan, they see these people and they run and they inform the Usha clan people that these people are coming for fight, and now they also come, and both of them start fighting very badly. We can find a lot of arrows which are with a stone headed, it's flying in the air, and those who have lost their weapons, they fight with their arms, and otherwise they will take all the weapons which are in the ground and they start attacking each other. And Usha clan is a huge number of people, where Nisha clan has a lot of people in their gang, whereas Usha clan has very few people, but they have no other choice. They have to fight to save their area, and the fight goes on till the last single boy is also killed, and the day starts with the battle and nearly it goes on for a long time, and two-thirds of the Usha clan are killed in the forest. They don't just wound them, they kill them, because according to the tribal warfare, the code is not to spare a wounded enemy, that is he will be the worst enemy. And the remaining among the remaining those who are surviving, they jump into the Volga and they try to live till they get their last gasp. And some mothers along with the old folk and children, they try to escape, but thing is they are not able to run, because Nisha gang catches them, and they even pull the suckling infants and throw them on the rocks and they kill them. And the old men and women, they are hung with stones around their necks and thrown into Volga so that they will drown and die. And then they enter into their hut and they take all the flesh, fruit, honey, meat and other valuables which are stored there, and then they catch hold of all the remaining people, put them inside the hut and shut the hut, and they set it on fire. Now all the Nisha clansmen, they stand there as they hear the shouting of the people who are dying in the flame, And then they thank Agni, and because it is their god who has given them so much of food and drink which is stored up by the enemies. And Deva is actually enjoying all this because in her leadership only all this has happened. In fact, she has torn three women's babies from their breast and she has dashed them against a rock. And she, hearing the sound of the crackling skulls, she fell into a huge laughter. And then they all dance and they are very happy. And they keep hearing everyone's voice till the voice fades away after they are dead. And after making sure that they have killed everyone in Usha clan, they come back. And on that night, Diva is dancing with the young son Vasu. And they are so very happy. And everyone knew that on that day, Diva has chosen Vasu as a partner. And Vasu also knows that her mother is so very happy with the triumph she has made, and he wants to oblige his mother's passion. And now we find that they have a huge hunting ground because they have killed everyone in Usha's clan. Now they have four times more ground, and now they need not worry, because earlier during winter season, if they are going to another place, they will find that Usha clan has already occupied one place, so they have to move away and find another place to build their new hut. But now they need not worry about where to go during winter. And only thing is which is troubling them is, though they are going to get abundant food because they have a huge area to hunt and there are so many trees to give them enough food and honey and all that, the only thing which is troubling them is Usha folk feel that all those who have died are transformed into ghosts, and they are trying to take revenge on them. And even the place where the hut had been burnt has become a place for a home for the ghost. And therefore not if anyone is going to pass that way in Nisha's clan, what they do is they do not go alone or even two people, they'll only go by a group. And many times the hunters say that they have seen hundreds of naked shapes dancing before a great fire. And whenever the time comes for them to shift from one place to another, they have to cross that place only and go. But what they do is they go in a huge group and they go only during daytime. And there are times when Diva in the darkness of the night can see small babies jumping from the ground and clinging to a hand, and she'll wake up screaming. And now Diva is 70 years old. She is not the chieftainess now, but she is still respected in her group because of her age and because of the 25 years of her leadership. She has brought a lot of prosperity to the group. And after that, there have been a lot of fights with several outsiders. There have been a lot of losses also. But thing is, always Nisha clan only will win because they are huge in number and they know the art of fighting also. And now they have a lot of hunting grounds where they can get food for which will last for many months. And Deva feels that all this is because of God's favor. And she always thinks, even now she thinks about the children who were destroyed in her hands, and they still come and trouble her in her dreams. But all that has gone. Now winter comes and the Volga river is frozen. And now what happens is everything is lifeless. And now the Nisha's group, they have increased larger in number, but they still need a lot of supply of food. But at the same time, there are many people to bring the food to them, and they are very happy. And even in winter, men and women now they go out for hunting because they have tamed the dogs, and the dogs will find where the food is so that they can easily hunt and bring it to home. And now they have learnt a lot of new methods of hunting. And owing to the lack of food, the animals they chiefly hunt are deer, cattle, wild horses, and so on. That is whatever is roaming in the forest to forest. And these people, they noticed it, the seeds were germinating when they fell on the ground. So they began bedding the grass seeds in the moist earth. And another thing what they noticed is, when these grasses sprouted up, the animals which eat those grass remained for a long time. They lived for a longer time. And one day we find Rikshav Shrava. His dog has chases a hare, and he also keeps running at the back of it, but now it is sweating for him. So he removes his heavy fur jacket and he puts it on his shoulder before following the dog. But now he cannot see the dog, but he can see the footprints of the dog. So he just keeps following the track in the snow, and he goes there. And now he becomes very tired, so he sits on a tree to take rest. But at that time he hears his dog barking, so he gets up and runs again. And when he comes, he sees his dog near one pine tree, and on the pine tree, a handsome young woman is leaning, and she has wrapped a white coat of white fur, and she's also wearing a white cap, and she looks very beautiful. And near her, he can see a dead hare, and his dog, seeing Riksha's approaching, comes to him and it barks furiously. Now Riksha looks at that girl, and that girl says, "Is it your dog, friend?" And he says, "Yes, it is mine." And she says, he says, "I have not seen you before." She says, "I belong to the Kuru Gen, and this is actually our district." And then he says, "Are you from the Kuru clan?" And he's lost in his thoughts, because these Kurus are their neighbors. And actually, they are not in good terms for a long time. And even one or two times they have had a fight. And these Kurus are more sensible than the Usha clan. The Usha clan fought with them and all of them got killed. But these Kurus, what they do is, they know that the Nisha clan is huge in number. So whenever they feel these Nisha gang approaching them, they'll run away. And they are so fast in running, they will not be caught. And in this way, they were all surviving. But the Nisha warriors have promised that they will definitely destroy the Kurus, so that they will be successful in that effort also. And this girl says, "Your dog killed this hare, and so it is yours, so you take it up." But then he says, "No, it is killed in the Kurus hunting ground. You said it is your district." But the girl says, "No, no, no, it was killed by your dog. I was only waiting to see the dog's master." And he says, "Why were you waiting?" "No, no, to give this hair to him only." And actually, when Riksha heard that she belonged to the Kuru clan, a sense of hatred came in him. But when this girl spoke so beautifully, that anger and that hatred disappeared, and he also became very friendly with her. And he said, "Okay, you have given back my dog as well as the hair." And he says, "The dog is a great worth of me." And the girl also agrees that it is a very good dog. And he says, "It is a finest in my clan, because the moment it hears my voice, it will come off to me." And then she asks for the dog's name, and he says it is Shambho. And then she asks, "What is your name?" He says, "My name is Riksha Shrava, son of Rochana." And immediately she says, "My mother's name also was Rochana." And Riksha, if you are not in a hurry, why don't you sit for some time? And so Riksha sits next to him, and he asks, "Your mother is not alive now?" And she says, "No. She was killed in a war which we had with the Nisha clan, but she was very fond of me." And while saying that, tears starts flowing in her eyes, and Riksha wipes her tears away, and he says, "What a bad thing the fight is." And she says, "Yes, many of our loved ones are taken away in this fight. But even then, we still keep fighting." She says, "How can the fight end?" Because the fight will end only when all the people in one clan is wiped out. And we heard that the Nisha people are planning to make another attack. And I'm sure that there must be many young men like you in that Nisha clan. And he also says, "Then there must be many other young girls like you in the Kurus." And yes, but all of us have to kill one another. And she asks him, "Why are we killing each other?" At that time, Riksha remembers that in their gang, that is in Nisha's gang, they are planning to attack the Kuru clan in 3 days. But before he could say something, the girl says, "But this time we have decided not to fight at all." And he's surprised. He's saying, "What? You're not going to fight? Then what are you going to do?" She says, "See, now we are very few in number, and definitely if we are going to fight with the Nishas, we will not win now. And so we are planning to leave this place and go far away. But this river, the Volga river, is very close to us. Now I know I will not be seeing it again, and that is why I came here. I know it is not flowing, it is winter's time, it is frozen, but at least I want to sit here for some time and look at it." And so he says, "So you will not be able to see the river again?" "No, I will not be able to swim in it. I was enjoying all that." And when she's saying all that, again tears are there in her eyes, and he says, I know it is very hard and cruel for you, but then they decide it is the law of the tribes and it is the law of the jungle, and the story ends here. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.